All right, welcome back to Pint with the Coach, and today we're going to talk about basically laying out a week of training and the type of training to do, basically to get best results, to keep your body feeling good and everything like that. So our beer today, this is Lagunitas. It's called their 12th of Never Ale. It's basically like a pale ale or a light IPA. It's about 5%. A lot of the stadiums, at least here in Pittsburgh, they have it in the stadiums. I've seen it on a lot of the airplanes and stuff that are carrying it that you can buy in there too. So it's just good beer. It's just a nice kind of easy drinking one. I feel like I say that all the time, but it's what it is. So with working out, we definitely see there's a trend right now where people feel that they have to kill themselves in the gym. They feel like more is better and things like that, and it's not really true. I mean, exercise is definitely dose specific. It does depend on the goal. For some people, and when I say some people, this is probably a quarter, maybe even half of the population. They feel better when they do something every day, movement-wise. But it doesn't necessarily have to be like a full-bore workout and things like that. So one of the rules that we like to have with strength training is I typically like 3 days a week of strength workouts. Some people only have time for 2 a week, so those are definitely going to be strength-based, working on total body movements, things like that. If we're doing 3 days a week, for most people will be total body based, but we can start doing some push-pull splits and some different things that way. But then if we have more time than 3 days a week, this is where we can start adding some interval training, some things like that. So with our interval training, the first level of it that we like to add is basically like our HIIT style stuff, and this is where we're using like positive rest to work ratio things. So like our 20 seconds work, 40 seconds rest. Even like on the Airdynes, I really like a 15-second work period and a minute 45 rest. Again, if you do that, you're probably only able to get somewhere between 4 and 6 rounds if you're really doing it right before your body's shot and it can't maintain that same intensity. The other one that I really like for in here is our equal work to rest. So these are like our 30-30s, minutes, things like that. I will say 30-30 seems to be more tolerable for most people, where a minute on, minute off tends to wear you down on some things. So again, somewhere maybe 1-2 of those, and we've got tons of different protocols that can fall into there. These workouts can be anywhere from a 50-minute workout to a 10 to 15-minute workout, depending on what the intensity is there. But the big thing is we're trying to get a response on the metabolism there. And then after that, we get into more of our conditioning stuff. And this is where we're working on building up endurance, building up, I always say work capacity, but again, that's happening with all of the training there. The work capacity gets built up, but really endurance side. And this is where we get into more of like our negative rest to work period. So like a 30-15, a 40-20, some things like that, where the rest period doesn't give us enough time to quite get fully recovered and back in, so our heart rate kind of stays up. So those end up being basically after like a 4th workout or 5th workout. And then finally at the end of it is our steady state cardio stuff. So this kind of stuff is things that's like jogging, walking, cycling, things like that. And with those, we can do these every day. They're not super taxing on the body. I typically like 20-30 minutes. It seems to be the sweet spot for those things for general health and fitness. Even with research and stuff, it supports it up to 20 or 30 minutes without negatively affecting our strength. When we go past that, there's some evidence that it may negatively affect us a little bit. And then also, these extra workouts too, I like some days where we can get just some recovery work, where maybe we go through some mobility circuits, we go through some stretching and some things like that. That's maybe 20 minutes or something like that. But again, this comes after we've got our strength work, we've got our interval work and things like that. And so it's not necessarily about more exercise. It's just about getting a better quality of exercise. and being able to let our body recover. So sometimes if you feel like you're getting run down, you feel like your strength is going down, you find yourself getting more irritable or a little achy, things like that, it could just be that we're starting to maybe do a little bit too much, and maybe we just pull back a little bit. And I will say, for most people, if they do have 3 to 4 really like good solid workouts each week, they tend to do best with that. If they do more than that, we tend to want to pull back and things like that. So, it doesn't mean that we like to have movement every day. It just doesn't mean that we need to have like some like butt kicking workout every day. So just kind of keep that in mind, keep that hierarchy of fitness and things like that in mind, and that kind of helps you build a plan out. So we'll talk to you here next week.